I'm from China. I finished all of my education, like bachelor degree in computer science, also PhD in computational biology back in China. Then afterward, I moved to the US to pursuing my postdoctoral training as a beginning. Then I moved on to a more formal job in the biomedical research field. So roughly I spent 9 years in the US, mostly the time in Boston area. Right before I moved down to my MBA program in Denmark, I worked at Novartis R&D for 3 years. So that's where so my background is data analytics. So that's also where it got me exposed to more data analytics and biomedical research and also business side in the industry of pharma. Then that's where I started thinking about taking MBA at a certain point. So that wasn't sure at the beginning, but gradually at a certain point, also because of my partner and also it was a good timing at that moment, I decided to apply for the MBA program at Copenhagen. Yeah. So that's 1 year ago, I moved to Copenhagen for my program. I just finished 1 year back in August. It has been very exciting year and also very challenging year, I have to say. Yeah. A lot of people, when they're doing more technical hands-on work, data analytics, they wouldn't think too much about business side. To me, I would like to understand the big picture and where the things goes and why do we do these things, how does it actually impact the business, and what actually brings the most value in terms of the business. Although in the pharma, the business mostly develop a new drug and for the patient, new therapeutics for the patient. So my passion is ultimately about the patient, bring more impact for the patient and improve their health. So that's where I want to know more business. Although this will be general business. When I move into the MBA program, of course, it's very general business. And it's only 1 year program. So that's very compact. Everything just continuously rolling. There wasn't any break. That's sort of the challenging. Also back to the school as a student, it's totally different life as working. Of course, the course itself has been challenging for me because like finance, economics, all of those are very foreign to me. I've never taken any of the courses before, so everything is new. Of course, something is very interesting, like a leadership discovery process, sustainability has been the focus of the program. It's also very interesting to me. So I have to really prioritize my time in the school. Of course, everybody knows the coronavirus spreading starting early this year, and Denmark also started lockdown in the middle of March. So for a while, like 2.5 months, completely locked down. We couldn't go to the school anymore, and everybody had to stay at home and couldn't meet the students or the classmates. Right? It's at least a very limited contact. I think Corona definitely had very big impact on us. Fortunately, we finished all of the main course by that time lockdown. So we only had to take electives online, and we had to conduct the final project with our teams online. So we gradually adapt into the situation. But I think overall, it's a challenging, but also it's a good way to sort of for us to adapt to the challenging environment. Nothing can be predicted, so a lot of uncertainty. Yeah. As I said, I'm from tech background, and going to the business side, it seems everything is new to me. I think Before I went to the program, I'm more focused on the leadership discovery program, and also very curious about the sustainability, what's happening in Denmark, because in Denmark, they talk a lot and they specifically said this sustainability as one course. So they have very strong academic background in this program of sustainability. So I'm just curious to understand what's happening in Denmark and what's the current status. So by going through those, it's a good learning experience. And leadership discovery, I think that is just a personal journey across the whole year. So sort of understanding myself, bring more awareness. It's not just about leading the others, also how to lead ourselves. There's definitely a lot of interaction. Also in the course, a lot of interaction with classmates. We have the case studies and some of simulations, doing some hands-on work. So, the classmates from different backgrounds, right? So the finance or architecture or even different industries. So it's good to have some debate and different perspectives in the classroom. I would say multiple ones. I came from analytics, data analytics. So I also going back to data analytics related field, also in pharmaceutical industry. That's just my passion where I came from, and also I'm going back to that industry. So I think finance, those type of things give me brief understanding. So I didn't spend too much effort on that because I'm not that profession. So I won't go back. So the most important, actually, I would say, was that digitalization electives. That's very close connect to my background. That, although very short, like 2 weeks, brief, go into this course, but that specific topic exposed me to more wider industry. Because the farmer is not running on the front line of the digitalization or digital transformation, although they are trying. But it's good to learn from the other industries how to transform the learnings and also existing knowledge into where I'm going into, like farmer industry. How can I apply my learnings to the different industry? That's very important. I think personally for me, it's self-awareness. I have been doing a lot of reflections, even recently, while I'm looking for a job and also some other stuff. So a lot of personal reflection that helps. Also some of the tools we learned, be aware of the energy, also prioritize the energy instead of prioritize the time. So certain things that really bring awareness of myself. So for example, if I did something before, like my previous work, like a change of culture, because data analytics, within the farmer is not the culture is not there, I would say. So I have to change the culture and how people seeing the big data and how they deal with the big data, how they use the big data. So what I did before is more intuitively, how I feel that may help and that can help the change. But now I have more tools, I can test it out. And also certain of the things I learned in the class, I reflect back. So I can think about, I made some mistakes and why the things didn't work before. So maybe I can make it better. Living in the US, for 9 years helped me moving around in foreign countries. So that reduced some stress, I would say. Of course, I don't speak Danish before I moved here. Even now, I start learning a little bit. Not speaking Danish, definitely not easy, but the good thing is actually in Denmark, a lot of people speaking English. That helps a lot as a foreigner to establish for a few years. I didn't even think about to learn Danish at school because I could pass by just speaking English, going to the shopping mall or the hospitals, and even looking for a job, English would be enough for me. A lot of places, just the English speaker will be enough. Of course, in the long term, to get to know this country more, and it's good to learn some Danish. I think although there is a culture differences for sure. Even there's I came from China, different culture, and living in the US is different culture. Denmark is also different. I think it takes some time to understand, also adapt to the working culture. I think that takes a little bit time, but wouldn't be a problem. People are fairly open-minded, so I have to say. So that's in terms of like day-to-day life. Bike definitely a big thing in Denmark. So if people don't know how to bike, it definitely is a big challenging for them. But I think bike is a good way to exercise day-to-day. Like that's definitely a good exercise and get some freedom going around in the city. Yeah, some of the European countries have a short daylight in the winter. Just be prepared. I think that's okay. Yeah. I tried everything to be prepared, like a daylight lamp and getting up early and slowly, get some coffee, relax, and get some very cozy time. That's what people do in Denmark. So that's also part of the culture. So the other thing, I think it's very busy student life, and really have to be consciously spending some time, take some time to go outside, even it's cold winter, but still going around in the city, meeting friends, and take some time outside of the school would be great. Yeah, it's very difficult to do that, but it's very important. Specifically, I think the leadership discovery is very important for me. That's one of the reasons I choose to be here. And also the small class. The small class is one of the reasons. Sustainability. Although I'm not working in that field, but I think everybody should have some awareness about sustainability no matter where they work, and could contribute a little bit to our like climate or anything, at least bring some awareness. So those are something I really like to explore. That's sort of the main reason I came to Denmark. Of course, I learned some other things very interesting and very nice ways, like work-life balance in Denmark. How the way, although they say work-life balance, how the real world look like in Copenhagen, right? How people feel happy, or how they actually enjoy the life, different lifestyles. I experienced people living in Copenhagen versus back in Boston area or in the US in general. And also, luckily, I think this year have been I would say it's a really good place to be in Denmark. At least in Denmark and maybe some other European countries, to be in this very difficult time. Yeah.